God says, listen closely, for this message reaches you not by coincidence but through divine urgency. The heavens have been stirred, the angels have whispered your name again and again before the throne of light, and now God Himself is reaching for your spirit. He says this is His last attempt to warn you before something shifts permanently in your life. You may not see it yet, but there are movements in the unseen world that are affecting everything around you, your relationships, your finances, your peace, your very destiny. God says, my child, I have been speaking through signs, through dreams, through delays, through sudden emotions that came without reason, and yet you doubted that it was me. Now I speak directly. If you skip this, you will regret it deeply, because what is coming is not something you can handle alone. God says, do not be afraid, because I am not here to harm you. I am here to protect you, to realign you, and to bring you back into my light. But you have been standing too close to the edge, too close to something that pretends to be good but is actually draining you from within. You have been giving your energy, your love, your time to something that I never approved of. And now the clock is ticking. Before this night ends, before 11:57 p.m., you must acknowledge me fully. You must say, God, I surrender. I trust you again. Because that is when I can send the light that will block the darkness that has been trying to reach your home. There are forces you cannot see that have been trying to push confusion into your path. God says you have noticed this, the strange tiredness, the emotional heaviness that has no clear cause, the random moments where you feel like crying even though nothing specific happened. That is not weakness, it is your spirit reacting to invisible warfare. Heaven has been fighting for you. Archangel Michael has been standing guard at your door, but he is weary because your doubt weakens the shield around you. When you fear, the shield flickers. When you pray, the shield glows again. God says, I need you to pray tonight. Before this day ends, pray sincerely, and everything that was meant to harm you will lose its power immediately. God says, you are being protected from something that was meant to embarrass you. There are people talking about you behind your back, forming plans that would humiliate you, but I have already interfered. You don't even know that I made someone cancel a meeting that would have gone against you. You don't know that a message meant to destroy your reputation was deleted mysteriously because an angel touched the sender's phone. You are being saved quietly, daily. But I cannot continue to protect you if you close your heart. There is someone who keeps pretending to be your friend, but their intentions are not pure. God says, I gave you dreams about this person, I made you feel sudden unease around them. But you brushed it off. Do not ignore that inner voice anymore. That inner discomfort is my spirit guiding you. You have to step back from what feels forced. I did not design you to chase people who drain your soul. I designed you to stand in peace and let what is meant for you find you effortlessly. The next few days are going to reveal hidden truths. God says, I am shaking everything that was built on lies. I am exposing every false promise that was made to you. I am ending attachments that block your blessings. But to receive what comes after this, you must be strong enough to release what has already expired. You cannot move into the new season if you keep holding on to something that I am trying to remove. Trust me when I say that what I remove, I replace with something far better. God says, I know how tired you are. You smile to hide the exhaustion. You keep functioning even when you want to give up. But I have seen every tear you wiped quietly. I have heard every question you whispered in the dark. I am not ignoring you. I am preparing something so perfect that if I revealed it too early, it would fall apart. The waiting is not punishment. It is protection. Tonight, heaven is watching your response. You think no one sees you, but angels are surrounding your space right now. They are holding back a spiritual storm, waiting for your heart to say, Yes, Lord, I trust you. The moment you do, they will move with divine speed to reposition your life. The delay that has been haunting you will break. The confusion around your path will clear. You will see opportunities begin to chase you, not the other way around. God says, you have been close to a miracle for a long time, but your fear and overthinking are delaying it. I told you to act by faith, not by sight. I told you to move when it feels impossible, because that is when my power shines the most. Every time you doubt, the miracle pauses. Every time you trust again, the miracle advances. Tonight, make your faith unshakable. Even if nothing seems to happen right away, believe that the spiritual wheels are already turning for your favor. Someone you once trusted will try to return soon. God says, be careful. They will use sweet words, but I am telling you, they have not yet changed. They still carry confusion, and I do not want you trapped again. You can forgive them, but you must not allow them back into your sacred space until I give you a clear sign. My peace will confirm it when the time is right. You are about to enter a phase of divine realignment. This is where people fall away, doors close, and plans you thought were perfect suddenly stop working. Do not panic. That is not rejection, that is redirection. I am guiding you toward what you truly prayed for, not what your emotions temporarily wanted. When I say no, it's not because I'm cruel. It's because I saw something ahead that would break you. I am not letting you go through unnecessary pain again. God says, this month marks the start of something sacred. I am restoring your finances. I am sending someone who will speak your name in the right place. I am making sure your efforts are rewarded, your tears are turned into testimony, and your story becomes an example of my mercy. But you must stay obedient. You must not rush into decisions. Be patient, because my timing never fails. You've been sensing a change in the atmosphere lately, moments of déjà vu, repeating numbers, strange coincidences. These are not random. They are signs that heaven is syncing with your reality. I am showing you previews of what's about to happen. Your spirit already knows the blessings are near, but your mind keeps questioning it. Calm your mind and let your soul lead. That feeling you keep getting, that something big is about to happen, is correct. God says, the one who is against you will soon reveal themselves without you doing anything. Their own words will expose them. Their guilt will make them stumble, and you will be vindicated publicly. But I want you to stay silent. Do not argue. Do not defend yourself. I will handle this myself. Your silence will speak louder than any proof. When they see how I bless you afterward, that will be your victory. There is also someone you haven't heard from in a while who is thinking about you tonight. God says, I placed you on their heart. They cannot sleep peacefully because I keep showing them your face. They hurt you, but they also realize they cannot replace your spirit. Soon, they will reach out. But before that happens, I want you healed enough not to depend on their apology. Your healing is your responsibility, not their offering. Heaven is whispering, do not panic about your future. The delay you are in now is setting the foundation for divine acceleration. When the breakthrough comes, it will come suddenly, like a door that was once locked but now bursts open without warning. You will go from confusion to clarity, from loss to overflow, from silence to recognition. The shift will be so fast that even those who doubted you will be forced to admit that God's hand is on your life. God says, there is one last test before the blessing appears. It will come in the form of pressure, disappointment, or a sudden emotional trigger. When that moment arrives, remember this message. Remember that I warned you, not to scare you, but to strengthen you. If you react with fear, you delay your elevation. If you respond with faith, you activate divine favor instantly. Everything you've gone through, the heartbreaks, betrayals, rejections, were all preparation. None of it was wasted. I was teaching you to discern, to grow, to love with boundaries, to recognize genuine energy from false attention. I allowed the pain not to punish you, but to remove illusions. Because I am about to introduce you to people who match your light, who will not compete with your spirit but complement it, God says, do not let your heart grow cold. Yes, you were disappointed, but don't lose your compassion. Your softness is your strength. Your empathy is a divine gift. That's why darkness tries to make you numb, because once you stop feeling, you stop hearing me. I need you to stay tender, even if the world mocks it. I am close to those who stay kind, even after being wounded. Tonight, angels are rewriting your story. They are clearing away spiritual debts, closing demonic contracts, and erasing old energy signatures that kept repeating cycles of pain. You will notice that after this night, your sleep will feel lighter, your mornings calmer, your heart strangely peaceful. That is because a shift has already begun. God says, the worst is over. The battle you couldn't explain is being won for you. But He also says, this is your last warning to stay away from what I already delivered you from. If you return to old habits, old connections, or toxic patterns, you reopen doors I have sealed. Protect your peace like treasure. Guard your mind like a temple. Speak life over yourself daily. Because your words create your future. Say, I am safe. I am guided. I am chosen. These declarations summon divine forces around you. Before 11:57 p.m. God wants you to pray. You don't need a long speech. Just say sincerely, God, I'm listening now. I don't want to miss your voice again. When you do, a warmth will rise within you. That's not imagination, that's His Spirit confirming that you are not alone. Heaven moves when faith is spoken aloud. God says, the people who underestimated you will soon see why I protected you so fiercely. You are about to be elevated in front of those who once mocked your pain. What they thought was your ending was only your redirection. The divine table is being set, and your name is written on it. You will eat where you once starved. You will smile where you once cried. Heaven is not angry with you. Heaven is waiting for you. God says, I never left you. You left yourself. Now I'm calling you back. Return to prayer. Return to peace. Return to purpose. If you obey this call, your life will begin to transform within days. Doors that were locked for years will start to open. People you thought forgot you will suddenly remember you. Opportunities that vanished will reappear, not by chance, but by divine orchestration. So tonight, do not fear. You are safe. You are covered. God is with you, and nothing will go wrong when you trust Him. All He asks is that you believe again, act with faith, and stay still long enough to let His power move through your life. The warning was not to frighten you, but to awaken you. The time is now. Before the clock strikes 11:57 p.m., whisper this, God, I trust you completely. And in that moment, heaven will hear you, and everything will begin to change. God says, my beloved child, I am calling out to you with a voice that echoes through the heavens, through the silence of your room, through the spaces of your thoughts. I am trying to reach you because this moment matters. This message is not ordinary. It carries the weight of heaven's concern and the tenderness of my eternal love for you. I am warning you not because I am angry, but because I see what you cannot see yet. I see the path that could hurt you, and I am stretching my hand before it touches you. You have prayed to me in tears, asking for signs, for clarity, for a reason to keep going. This message is that reason. Do not ignore it. I am begging you to listen before it is too late. Before the clock strikes the final minute tonight, open your heart fully and let me in, because if you delay this, confusion and regret will rise like a storm, and I want to protect you from that. You have felt restless lately, haven't you? Something inside you feels unsettled, as if your spirit is being shaken awake from a long sleep. That is me. That unease is not punishment, it is a divine alarm. I am trying to awaken your awareness before a wrong decision is made or before you walk into something that is not meant for you. You may not understand it yet, but there are conversations happening about you, plans being made that would shift your future. But here's the truth. Nothing and no one can touch your destiny if you stay close to me. Every weapon formed against you will fail, but you must listen now. You must stop doubting what your spirit feels. You must trust that this message has arrived exactly when it was meant to, because heaven timed it perfectly. I see your confusion, your exhaustion. You have been carrying so much in silence that even your prayers have started to sound like sighs. You tell yourself you're okay, but I know your heart trembles when you think no one's watching. You pretend to be strong because you think that's what faith means. But, child, real faith isn't pretending you're fine, it's crying out to me when you're not. You have permission to break down in front of me. I will never shame you for it. You have permission to admit that you don't have it all figured out. You never had to. You just have to remember that I am your shelter. I am the one who steadies you when everything else feels like it's falling apart. Tonight, I am asking you to stop running from the signs I've been sending. The repeated numbers, the sudden thoughts, the dreams, the way certain words catch your attention again and again, it's me. You've asked for proof that I am near, and I've been surrounding you with it, but you kept thinking it was coincidence. Nothing in your life is random, beloved. Every event, every delay, every strange encounter is part of my tapestry, and I'm urging you to trust the process even when it doesn't make sense. You are on the edge of a transformation that will redefine everything you know about yourself, but if you walk away from this message now, you might delay what I've prepared for you. Do you remember the moment you almost gave up recently? The night when you felt like your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling and your tears had no meaning? I was there. I heard every word you couldn't say. You were not alone that night. Angels stood beside your bed, whispering my promises over you. Even when you doubted. I kept you breathing because I have not finished my work in you. You thought that chapter of your life was punishment, but it was protection. What you lost was not rejection, it was redirection. I took away what you thought you needed because I saw what it would have done to your peace. I allowed certain doors to close because those paths were leading to heartbreak and confusion. I let people walk away because they couldn't walk with you where I'm taking you next. You have been chosen for something sacred, and that's why your life feels like a battlefield. The enemy does not fight anyone without a purpose. The intensity of your battles reveals the importance of your destiny. You are not cursed. You are called. And right now, I am asking you to stop doubting your worth. The guilt, the shame, the constant comparison, all of it is poison trying to silence your light. But I made you in my image. I gave you the ability to heal, to inspire, to rise again no matter how many times you fall. You have made mistakes, yes, but none of them have disqualified you from my love. Nothing you've done has made me love you less. Not once have I looked at you with disappointment. Every time you've failed, I've whispered, "Get back up, child, we're not done yet." You're entering a moment of decision now. I see two roads before you, one that looks easy but will drain your spirit, and one that looks uncertain but will lead to divine abundance. I am asking you to trust the harder road, because I've already gone ahead of you on it. I've placed blessings disguised as challenges. You will cry, but those tears will water your future joy. You will lose something, but what you gain after will be eternal. So don't be afraid of what's leaving your life. Let it go with faith, because something greater is on its way. I know you feel surrounded by confusion right now. People around you may not understand your journey. Some may even mock your faith, saying you're chasing illusions. Let them talk. I will vindicate you in front of those who doubted you. There will come a day soon when the same people who dismissed you will say, "We always knew you would make it." But you'll know the truth, that it was my hand that lifted you when no one believed in you. Stay humble when this happens. Don't fight for attention or revenge, just keep shining. I am your defender. There is someone around you whose intentions are not pure. You felt that instinct, that unease when you speak with them. That's not paranoia, it's discernment. I'm showing you glimpses of truth because I want to protect you. Don't ignore that quiet voice in your heart telling you to be careful. You've been too kind to people who secretly envy your peace. Step back. You don't have to explain your distance. You don't owe them access to your spirit. Guard your peace like treasure. Because it is. I've seen you looking at your future with fear lately, wondering if things will ever get better. You've been waiting for that one breakthrough, that one message, that one miracle. You think it's taking too long. But beloved, your miracle has been in motion since the moment you first prayed for it. The delay is not denial, it's alignment. I've been moving hearts, shifting circumstances, rearranging events just to position you for what's coming. There's something big on its way, an opportunity that will seem too good to be true, but it will be the answer to all your prayers. When it comes, don't hesitate. Say yes. Step forward. It's my doing, not luck, tonight, before the clock strikes 11:57. I want you to pause everything. Sit quietly. Whisper my name and feel how heaven listens. Every word from your heart is heard. Ask me for guidance, and I will respond in peace. If you do this with faith, you will feel a stillness wrap around you. That is my confirmation. You will know what to do next. I also want to remind you of something. Forgiveness is your freedom. There's someone you still carry in your heart, someone who hurt you deeply. You think forgiving them means they win, but that's not true. Forgiveness means you're cutting the rope that's been tying you to pain. When you release them, you release yourself. I will handle their lessons, you just focus on your healing. I have seen every tear they caused. I will repay you in joy for every sleepless night you endured because of them. You are not behind in life. Stop believing the lie that you're too late, too old, or too broken. I measure time differently than the world does. You are exactly where you need to be for me to perform my next miracle. The waiting has been your preparation. The loneliness has been your classroom. The confusion has been your test of faith. But the season of revelation is approaching quickly. You will soon understand why it all had to happen this way. Every angel in heaven knows your name. You are not invisible, God says. This is not just another moment. This is a divine interruption sent directly to you. Heaven has been watching the path you've been walking, the decisions you've made, the nights you cried silently without telling anyone, and the thoughts that kept circling in your mind. God says, He has seen the pain that no one else has seen. He has seen the confusion, the worry, the doubts that have been eating away at your peace. And now, He is stepping in, not because you called Him, but because your soul has been crying out even when your lips stayed silent. This message is not random. It's His final attempt to reach your heart before a divine shift happens at 11:57 p.m. tonight. God says, you have been warned through signs that you dismissed. You've been shown symbols in your dreams. Strange repetitions of numbers, unexpected delays, and people suddenly leaving your life without reason. You thought it was coincidence, but heaven has been trying to catch your attention. God says, this is the final attempt. If you keep ignoring the inner tugging of your heart, the confusion you feel now will turn into something you can no longer control. But if you stop, breathe, and listen, you will be saved from a storm that is closer than you think. Heaven says, something is being rearranged in your life right now. The things that feel like chaos are not punishment, they're realignment. God says He has been removing certain people, not because He wants you to be alone, but because He wants to protect you from hidden intentions. Some of the people you loved deeply are not who they appear to be. Their words seem soft, but their hearts carry envy. God says He has been exposing hearts lately. Those who were secretly plotting against you will begin to confess in strange ways, not through their words, but through their actions, through their silence, through the way they look at you when you're not watching. God says you must not fear this exposure. It's not to harm you, but to free you from false loyalty. God says, you have felt spiritually tired, like your prayers are hitting a wall. But He wants you to know your prayers are not ignored, they're being stored. Every tear that fell, every time you whispered His name in pain, every time you held back your anger and chose silence instead, heaven recorded it all. God says, your patience is about to be rewarded, but only if you stay still and trust that He is working behind the curtain. Something that has been hidden from you is about to be revealed in the next few days, a truth that will make you both tremble and rejoice. God says, He has sent angels to stand around your home. You might have felt a sudden chill, or peace wash over you at unexpected times. That was not your imagination. That was His reassurance that you're protected. The forces of darkness have been trying to create confusion, making you doubt your own worth, your own intuition, and your divine calling. But God says, no weapon formed against you will stand. Every lie told about you will collapse under the weight of truth. Every trap set for you will backfire on the one who dug it. You only need to keep your heart pure. Don't seek revenge. Don't explain yourself to those who never wanted to understand you. God says, He Himself will explain you through His blessings. You are standing at a turning point. God says, this moment is crucial. You are between what was and what's about to be. The spiritual world is holding its breath, watching what you'll do next. If you open your heart and trust Him right now, He will open the gate of favor that's been locked for years. But if you keep doubting, delaying, and fearing, you might miss the divine window that's closing tonight at 11:57 p.m. God says, this isn't a threat, it's a call. He's begging you to respond because the future version of you is waiting on the other side of your obedience. You have been feeling uneasy for a reason. God says, there's a conversation happening about you right now in the unseen. Certain forces are trying to delay your breakthrough by keeping you distracted, tired, and emotionally drained. They want you to give up before the miracle arrives. But heaven says, hold on, your miracle is already released, it's just waiting for your faith to meet it. You must believe even when it looks hopeless. You must pray even when you feel nothing. You must trust that this storm is not the end, it's a passage to your divine elevation. God says, someone around you has been trying to confuse your heart. They speak kindly but act strangely. They offer help but feel heavy to your spirit. Pay attention, your spirit always knows what your mind tries to ignore. God says, do not let guilt bind you to people who drain you. The ones who truly love you will bring you peace, not chaos. Stop apologizing for protecting your peace. Stop trying to fix people who were never willing to heal. Stop watering relationships that only grow weeds of doubt. God says, it's time to step back. When you do, clarity will rush in like light after a long night. You have been given a divine calling that others might not understand. God says, you were chosen not because you were perfect, but because your heart was willing. You carry a light that irritates the demons in others. That's why you face resistance. That's why you feel misunderstood. That's why it seems like everything takes longer for you. God says, He allowed these delays so you could grow roots, not just branches. The blessing that's coming for you requires spiritual maturity. You can't handle it with the same mindset you had before. So don't complain about the process. It's preparing you for what's ahead. God says, you have been through enough heartbreak to break anyone. Yet here you are, still standing. Still breathing, still hoping. Heaven celebrates your resilience. You thought no one saw your silent battles, but God did. You thought no one cared, but He was there in every breath you took when you said, God, please help me. And He did, not always by removing the pain, but by giving you strength to survive it. That strength you've been using wasn't yours, it was His. Now He says, it's time for the reward. The season of tears is ending. But before it does, there's one thing He's begging you to do: forgive. Forgive the ones who never said sorry. Forgive the ones who betrayed you. Forgive yourself for the times you trusted blindly. God says, forgiveness is not approval, it's freedom. When you release them, you make room for your blessings to flow in. Unforgiveness is the only key the enemy can use to keep your miracle locked. Tonight, before 11:57 p.m., whisper, I forgive them, and I trust you, God. Heaven will hear it, and chains will break instantly. God says, someone is about to call you or message you with news that will change everything. Don't panic when it happens. You'll know it's divine because your spirit will feel peace, not confusion. The delay you've been facing financially, emotionally, or spiritually is being broken right now as you read this. He says, an angel has already been dispatched to fix what's been falling apart. You might not see it, but the atmosphere around you is shifting. A door that was closed for years is unlocking silently. God says, when it opens, walk through it confidently. It's yours. Heaven says, there's a reason you're reading this exact message right now. You were meant to see it. It's not a coincidence that this message reached you before 11:57 p.m. God planned this to remind you that He's still in control. That no matter how big your mistakes were, He hasn't given up on you. He's trying to pull you away from something that looks good but isn't good for you. A person or situation that you've been holding on to is actually delaying your blessing. God says, let go now. Don't wait for more signs. This is the sign. He's begging you to trust Him. The next few hours are spiritually sensitive. The enemy will try to distract you through fear, anger, or overthinking. Don't engage. Don't argue. Don't let anyone pull you into negativity. Stay in prayer. Keep your heart quiet. God says, He will reveal something through peace, not noise. Before midnight, you'll feel a sudden calmness. That's not random. That's his confirmation that he heard you. God says, he's bringing justice. You've been wronged, overlooked, underestimated, and mocked. But he says, I am not blind. The tables are about to turn. The same people who doubted you will witness your elevation. The same ones who ignored you will hear your name being blessed publicly. The same places that rejected you will call you back with honor. But when it happens, God says, remember humility. Don't gloat. Don't seek revenge. Let your success speak, and let your heart stay kind. Heaven says, a new chapter is beginning for you. The confusion is lifting. The fear is breaking. The loneliness is ending. God is sending someone who will understand your silence and love you for who you truly are. He's preparing divine partnerships, not only in love, but in purpose. You will soon meet people who carry light like you do, people who won't compete with your spirit but will protect it. But before this blessing fully unfolds, you must obey. God says, pray tonight. Speak to him honestly. You don't need fancy words. Just say, God, I'm listening now. I surrender. That's all. That moment of surrender will change everything. He says, when you do, a spiritual door will open, and what was once delayed will start rushing toward you. God says, the warning is not to scare you, but to prepare you. Something is about to happen that will expose truths and rearrange lives. He wants you ready, not afraid. You are safe. You are protected. Angels surround you. But you must choose to listen. Don't scroll away. Don't doubt this. This message found you for a reason. Heaven is speaking to you one last time before 11:57 p.m. God says, this is his last attempt, not because he's abandoning you, but because after this, decisions will start unfolding naturally. You have free will, but your choice tonight will shape the next chapter of your life. Choose obedience. Choose peace. Choose him. He says, I will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. Just trust me and pray. God's love is still reaching for you, right now, in this very moment. Don't ignore it. This is your final warning and your greatest chance. Heaven is waiting for your response. Surrender before 11:57 p.m., and watch how miracles begin to move in your favor before the night ends. God says, this message is not an ordinary one. It comes at a time when heaven is moving everything around you, rearranging your path, and warning your soul to open your eyes before something irreversible happens. My child, I have been trying to reach you for so long. Through dreams, through signs, through numbers, through moments when your heart suddenly felt heavy and you didn't know why, that was me trying to get your attention. This is my last attempt before the clock turns against you. I am begging you to hear me. You have ignored my whispers before, but now I speak louder, because I cannot let you walk blindly into what is coming. Before 11:57 p.m., I want you to sit still, read these words carefully, and let them soak deep into your spirit, for they carry a warning and a promise. There is something moving in the unseen. A storm that was never meant for you, but it is trying to reach you because of decisions made by others. You have felt confusion, distance, and sudden emotional pain for no reason. You have seen people change their behavior overnight, and you've asked me, God, why are they acting like this? What did I do? My child, you did nothing wrong. They are being influenced by forces that don't want you to succeed. I have watched the enemy set traps, using jealousy, manipulation, and lies to corner you emotionally. But I am here, stepping between you and that danger. I am telling you now, do not fear what you cannot see, because I am already working behind the curtain. I need you to understand this truth. When I warn you, it is not to scare you, but to prepare you. The trouble that was forming in silence can only be broken by your prayer and trust in me. You have been doubting if I still hear you because your prayers haven't been answered in the way you hoped. You've cried alone, believing that I am silent. But I was not silent. I was watching how others spoke your name in rooms you were not in. I was watching how people pretended to love you while secretly waiting for your fall. I saw how they smiled in front of you but carried poison behind you. And now I am saying, stop trusting words that are not born from the Spirit of truth. You have given too many chances to hearts that are not pure. You are kind, but your kindness has been misused. My warning is simple: guard your peace. Someone will try to pull you back into an emotional storm before midnight. They will message you, call you, or show up with false apologies, pretending to care. But I see their intentions. I see their hidden conversations. I know their plans to manipulate you once more. Do not go back, no matter how emotional their words sound. I am exposing this to you now so that you will not be deceived again. They are not coming with love, they are coming with confusion. And confusion is not from me. The one who truly loves you will not make you doubt your worth. You have reached a divine turning point. Heaven has been watching your patience, your endurance, and your tears. You have stayed quiet when you were misunderstood. You have forgiven when they did not even say sorry. You have prayed for people who secretly wished your downfall. I saw all of it. And because of that, I am lifting you. I am moving you out of the reach of those who once had power to hurt you. But I need you to trust me fully for the next few days. Do not make emotional decisions. Do not run back to what broke you. Stay silent, stay still, and let me fight the battle. You are about to witness why I asked you to wait. I also need to warn you about something specific, a financial or emotional temptation that will come disguised as an opportunity. It may look good on the surface. It may sound promising, almost as if it was sent by me. But deep down, your spirit will feel uneasy. That discomfort is me speaking. I will never lead you into anything that costs your peace. Remember this, peace is your confirmation. If it doesn't bring peace, it isn't me. The enemy can disguise lies with light, but your heart will always recognize truth if you stay still long enough. Do not rush. If someone pressures you to decide quickly, it is not from me. I am begging you to return to the place of prayer tonight. Do not go to bed without talking to me. Pour out your fears, your guilt, your confusion. I can handle it. You don't need perfect words. You just need a sincere heart. There are angels surrounding you right now, protecting you from what you don't even know. Archangel Michael has been standing near your home, holding his sword of light, clearing the path before you. You may not see him, but you have felt sudden warmth or calm when things felt dark. That was his presence. I sent him because you are in spiritual warfare, and I will not let you fight alone. At exactly 11:57 p.m., something in the spirit realm will shift. The energy around you will become clear. You will feel a sudden wave of peace, or tears may start to flow. That is not weakness, that is cleansing. It will be the moment heaven releases you from the unseen chains that kept you stuck. I need you to speak these words quietly when that time comes. God, I trust you.